Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Wednesday afternoon to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. We're in Game 4 of the Western Conference first round playoffs for our Denver Nuggets road to the NBA Finals series, and we are leading the series over the Portland Trailblazers 2-1 in Portland. So Portland won last episode 88-81 in the Moda Center, and Damian Lillard was the player of the game. So we're hoping to win our third game, and then after this episode, which will be the next episode, we'll win our fourth game and we'll advance on to the Western Conference semifinals. So I'm really anticipated for the Nuggets making the NBA Finals. I'm guessing we're probably going to face the New York Knicks. That's going to be my prediction. I'd like to see a 6 or 7 game series among both of those teams. So we're going to show you the uniforms that we'll see into tip-off. Alright, so the Denver Nuggets are going to be wearing the white association uniforms on the road. Meanwhile, for the Portland Trailblazers, they're going to be wearing their black icon uniforms at home. So without a further ado, we'll see you at tip-off. Alright, it is tip-off time here at the Moda Center in Portland. So the Trailblazers have won the tip-off. So now Eric Bledsoe with the possession of the basketball to start off the game for the T-Blazers. He is going to drill this in from behind the arc, and it's now going to be a 3-0 Portland lead. Aaron Gordon passing it to the other side of the court to the one and only Nikola Jokic. So Jokic gets it from 3, and it is evenly tied up here in Portland. So now Bledsoe going to pass this off to Lillard. Logo Lillard going to pass it over to Justice Winslow. So Logo Lillard gets at least an assist there. So now Nikola Jokic going up in the paint. There is a foul on Justice Winslow. It's a shooting foul. So this means the big man, Nikola Jokic, will go to the free-throw line and get that in for one extra point. So it's now going to be a 6-5 Nuggets lead. So now Damian Lillard losing the basketball, and I'm going to pass it over. Aaron Gordon going to get the assist, and Jokic makes the dunk there. So it's now 8-5 here in Portland. So now Lillard losing the basketball and Jokic making that steal. He is going to make a dunk in the red paint. So check out this nice slam dunk. He just uses one hand and attacks the rim. So it's now a 10-5 Denver lead. So now Eric Bledsoe going to pass it over to Justice Winslow. Gets that in for 2. So it's now going to be a 10-7 lead. Jokic making that dunk there. So it's now 12-7 here in Portland, the Oregon State capital, and the hometown of the Simpsons creator Matt Groening. So Nikola Jokic going to go in the paint there. He is actually going to use his left hand to make the drive happen. So it's now 14 points for Jokic, 10 of which are in the paint. And pretty much all of his points were scored with Denver. So now I'm going to try to do a three-pointer. So it's now going to be a 10-point lead for the Denver Nuggets. So now Lillard gonna lose the basketball. Jokic gonna pick it up once at it. I'm thinking about passing this one to Jeff Green. And Green is actually going to score this one in. So the Portland Trailblazers are going to take a timeout. We're going to take a short break. Alright, it's now 25-13. Monte Morris going to pass it over to JaMychal Green. Going to pass it over to Aaron Gordon, former Orlando Magic player. Knocks this one from 3 from behind the arc. So it's now going to be 28-13. And Anthony Simons has possession of the basketball. He's going to pass it over to Watford. So now Watford's going to get that layup in there. So it's now going to be 28-15. So I'm going to pass it over to Aaron Gordon once at it. And he is actually going to get that layup in there. 15.6 seconds to go. to 15. So Portland is trailing by half. So now it looks like Anthony Simons, he's going to pass it over to Watford. Misses that. Going to pass it over to Austin Rivers, the son of Doc Rivers. And we get it in at the buzzer beater. So this concludes the first quarter here at the Moda Center. All right, it's now 32-15. Monte Morris going to pass it over to Bryn Forbes. So Morris will pick up the assist. So it's now a 34-15 Denver Nuggets lead here in Portland at the Moda Center. So now Anthony Simons going to pass it over to Ben McLemore. So Simons will pick up the assist there. So 78% for Portland. Denver has 100% in field goal percentage. So now we're up by half at 17. Gonna make it 20 with the three-pointer. And it's now 37-17. Anthony Simons, where is he gonna go with the ball direction? Is he actually just gonna dribble it out and just shoot a three from behind the arc? Or will he just pass it to his teammate McLemore? And it looks like Simons has picked up another assist. So now DeMarcus Cousins passing it over to AG Aaron Gordon. So it's now 39-20. And they're going to pass it over to Anthony Simons. So Anthony Simons passing it over to Ben McLemore. And that is a dunk. Denver taking a break, taking a timeout. All right, so it's now 39-22. And now Monte Morris going to pass it over to the MVP, Nikola Jokic. Going to pass it over to Jeff Green, making that three. Actually, he misses that three. And it turns out to be a Portland Trailblazers possession. So now I think they have changed up their depth chart on the court. So now they're going to pass it over to Justice Winslow. And it's now 39-24 in Portland. So now Jokic, there's a foul. It's on Justice Winslow, his, I think, second or third foul of the game. So now Jokic actually misses that free throw opportunity. And it looks like that Josh Hart is going to get that layup once at it. So now Josh Hart, he has 2 points. So now I'm going to step back, probably pull a three with Jokic. So he gets it in from behind the arc. So it's now 44-26 at the moment. Anthony Simons losing the basketball. Jusuf Nurkic picking it up. So now it is Anthony Simons making that three, missing it, and Justice Winslow picking up that offensive rebound. And it's going to be 44-28 at the moment. So now I'm going to pass it over to DeMarcus Cousins, and then Nikola Jokic getting that in there for two. So it's now 46-28. And it looks like Anthony Simons has possession, losing the basketball. So Jokic picking up that steal, making that dunk happen. So it's now 48-28 here for the Denver Nuggets. So Portland is taking a timeout. All right, so it's now 48-30. I'm going to pass this over to Will Barton and some Jeff Green. So Jeff Green gets that layup in there. So it's now 50-30. And 95% for Denver, 81% for Portland. So now Anthony Simons, with the possession of the basketball, he's going to get this one in for 2 points. So it's now 50-32. I am going to pass this over to JaMychal Green, number 0. And he gets that in there. So it's 52-32. So I did get confused about that in the first episode of who JaMychal and Jeff Green were. Yes, they do have the same initials, first name initials, and last name. But Jeff Green wears number 32. JaMychal Green wears number 0. So Damian Lillard, what will Lillard do? Gonna pass it over, and Lillard makes that layup happen. It's now 54-34. And it looks like I'm gonna pass this over to Nashawn Highland, and Jeff Green gets this one in for 2. So it's now 56-34. And now it is Damian Lillard's turn on the court there. He is going to knock down a three for the Portland Trail Blazers. And I'm going to pass it over to JaMychal Green, and it's now 58-37. So we're up by 21, leading this one in the half. So now it is Damian Lillard's opportunity trying to make another two-pointer. And we're trying to make a three. Don't matter what player it is, but I just want to get it in before the buzzer beater. And we actually do. So it's now 61-39, and we're leading this one by 22 at the half. All right, Nikola Jokic had 31 points in this first half. He has 4 3-pointers, so now it is Nikola Jokic making that dunk happen for the Denver Nuggets. So Denver is up on top of their game with Jokic. He has 33 points right now. And it is Damian Lillard's turn. Going to pass it over to Justice Winslow. So Lillard's going to pick up that assist there. So now Nashawn Highland's going to pass it over to Will Barton. And Nikola Jokic making that dunk happen. And it's now 65-41. 35 points for Jokic today. And he is on the money. Lillard making that in from three. So it's now 65-44. And they're going to pass it over to Nikola Jokic from Serbia. He's going to make that in for 2 points. So it's now 67-44 at the moment. 37 points for Jokic, and 24 of them are in the paint. Jokic making that steal, and he's going to make a dunk for the Nuggets. So it's now 69-44. Denver is up by 25 on the road. So now Justice Winslow losing the basketball. Jokic picking it up. I'm going to pass it over to Michael Porter Jr. And Michael Porter Jr. making that dunk. So it's now 71-44 at the moment. So they're going to pass it over to Damian Lillard. Trailblazers taking a timeout. All right, now Nikola Jokic has possession of the basketball. So now Jokic dribbling it out. And I'm thinking we're going to try to make a three-pointer. And we will. So he makes it in from behind the arc. So it's now a 28-point lead for Denver. So now Jokic had 31 points in the first half. And he has 13 in the second half. So he has 44 points in all. And he has been an elusive talent for this Denver Nuggets basketball organization. And he's probably going to have 50 or 60 some points in today's episode. And back in the first episode, he had 62 points, while his other teammates had at least single-digit numbers, which was so unbelievable. So now Joe Ingles losing the basketball. Ben McLemore going to pass it over to Joe Ingles, making that three happen. And it's now going to be 83-58. So they're going to use some Monte Morris. Going to pass it over to Jeff Green. And Jeff Green gets it in there, so it's now 85-58 at the moment. 25.3 seconds to go. Lillard going to pass it over to Ingles, and Lillard will pick up the assist there. And now I'm going to pass it over to Jeff Green. So now Jeff Green gets it in, so it's now 87-61. So now Lillard, what is he going to do to end the third quarter? He gets that layup in there. So it's now 87-63. We're just going to dribble it out until the fourth quarter begins. 24-point lead for the Nuggets. End of third. All right, your State Farm assist of the game is coming right up. So now Nikola Jokic with possession of the basketball. He actually gets that in there. That turned out to be a foul. So he actually went to the free throw line. I don't know if he actually made the extra point or not. But now Eric Bledsoe going to pass this over to Josh Hart. And now it's 87-63. Lillard with the three. And it's now going to be 87-66 at the moment. So now we got Will Barton going to make that layup happen. So it's now 89-66. And Portland's bench is outscoring the Denver Nuggets bench by 13. So now Lillard is going to knock down another three for the Portland Trailblazers. So now we're going to pass this over to Jeff Green. And Jeff Green, it looks like we're going to pass it over to JaMychal Green. And now it is Jeff Green who's going to get this one in for two. So it's now going to be 91-69. And Lillard going to pass it over to Eric Bledsoe. So now Eric Bledsoe going to go in the paint, make that layup in there for two. 91-71 at the moment. So now it is JaMychal Green going to pass it over. And I'm going to use some good ball movement. And it's going to be 93-71. We're actually going to take a break. Alright, so now Jeff Green is going to pass it off to Nikola Jokic. And Jokic will score the 100th point of the game for the Denver Nuggets. So it's now 100-77. Ben McLemore losing the basketball there. And it is Jokic's turn, I think, to knock down a three. And he gets it in there from behind the arc. So it's now 103-77. So they're going to pass it over to Eric Bledsoe. So now Eric Bledsoe having possession of the basketball. Where is he going to take his direction to? Anthony Simons, however, is going to go in the paint. He actually gets it in. So it's now 103-79. So now Jokic has possession. 1 minute to go exact in this game. So it's now 105-79. Jokic with 58 points tonight, 10 from mid-range. So now it is Aaron Gordon who picks up the steal, going to pass it over to Green. And then Jokic making that slam, and it's now 107-79. And the Denver Nuggets are on top of the game on the road in Portland. So now Anthony Simons losing the basketball, going to pass it over to Jokic again. And it's now 110-79. Jokic making that three happen. So it's now 34.3 seconds to go. Damian Lillard with the possession. He's going to knock this one from downtown. And it's now 112 rather to 82. All right, Nikola Jokic is your player of the game for the Denver Nuggets. I will explain the numbers after the episode. So now we only got like 7 seconds to go. We're going to make this three happen with Austin Rivers. And it's now 115-87. We are going to definitely take the W on the road in Portland. So there is one more game. And if we win that game, Game 5, next episode, we knock out Portland in the NBA playoffs and we will advance to the next round. So Jokic did pick up good numbers there today. So did Damian Lillard. And this was just a really fun matchup to see along the lines from Game 1. All right, Nikola Jokic, 63 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 9 steals, 8 dunks on the day, 8 for 8 from behind the arc. Jeff Green had 17 points, 3 assists, and all. Aaron Gordon, 17 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 2 steals on the day. Will Barton had 5 points and 3 assists. Austin Rivers had 5 points. He had made the last points of the game with a 3-pointer. Damian Lillard, 42 points, 3 assists on the day. He had 10 threes. Justice Winslow, he did wind up having 10 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist there, and 2 dunks. Anthony Simons, 10 points, 5 assists on the day. Eric Bledsoe, 8 points, 1 assist, and that wraps it up here in Portland. Thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you guys in Game 5, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.